Testing, testing, one, two, three. What is up, folks? Good evening. I hope all is well. John Cena has finally retired. The retirement tour is over, which means the WWE can get back to business, get back to the nuts and bolts of creative and actually telling stories, you would hope. We are now on the road to Rumble. I say now we're in Rumble season, even though not really, actually. After the holidays, once we get that show for Netflix at the beginning of the year, then we're kind of in Rumble season for real. But honestly, after Survivor Series, December, January, that's Rumble season. I think it's time that I put forth my early predictions and my early thoughts on who I think is shaping up to win the Rumble. Probably gonna be wrong, but who cares? Hey, what's up? Jerry, what's up? Folks, hope all is well. Who's gonna win the Rumble? I have some thoughts, honestly. No, it won't be Miss Thea Hale, who went into business for herself on NXT. Honestly, I'm joking around with that. But the thought of her going into business for herself and forcing the pin on Blake Monroe is hilarious. I've been laughing all day about that thing. Every tweet I see about Thea Hale going into business for herself is funny. Do I think she actually did that? No, but it's hilarious. I'm sorry, it's funny as hell. Every time I see a tweet about Thea Hale forcibly pinning Blake Monroe and like pinning her shoulders down and not letting her off the mat, it is hilarious. LA Knight, take notes. You gave the game plan. The refs have been instructed to count the three. So, when in doubt, don't think you're ever going to get that push. Yeah, knock the wind out of your opponent, do a heavy pin, and hope that nobody questions it later when your opponent can't kick out. Hilarious. Thea Hogan. What's up, brother? What's up, everyone? Thea Hogan got told this is your last match. It's like, nah, we're not going out like that. I'm going to do a heavy ass coffin drop. And once she felt the wind go out of her, so let me pin her. You know what's funny? If you go back and listen to the audio, Blake Monroe is telling her, go back and listen. Blake Monroe is saying, get off me. Can you imagine? Yeah, Hale just holding her down hard. Get off me. No. The winner. I'm sorry, it's funny as hell. I'm not saying that actually happened, but there's no scenario where that's not funny. I'm sorry, it's hilarious. Anyway, so Thea Hale went into business for herself, and that happened. But more importantly, John Cena, that storytelling is over. Now we actually focus on the real storytelling here. Who's going to win the Rumble? I asked the chat. I want to know who you think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble. I'll be talking about both. You'll see my thought on all that. Who I think has no chance at all, and who I think is kind of in the running. You predict Thea? She'll make it happen, right? It'll be down to her. Then be down to two people, Thea and somebody else, and she'll purposely ignore the planned spot and knock her opponent off the. Yo, Sky? Okay, let's start. Because if I keep thinking about Thea Hale, I'm going to keep laughing. So let me stop thinking about Thea Hale. Let's start with Rhea Ripley. Okay? Let's start with Rhea Ripley. So is Rhea Ripley an honest candidate to win it? I mean, she's Triple H's favorite. He loves her. She's over as hell. She's the most over babyface they have. Big star, right? So, of course, every year, somebody like Rhea Ripley has a chance. This year, it's not going to be one of them. Not winning it this year. Why? Rhea Ripley has won, or she's been in, and has won, I believe, right? She's been in 3 straight World Championship matches at Mania, right? Charlotte, what was the other one? Becky, and Bianca Rhea and Io match, right? 3 straight championship matches. I think this year they take a break. I think this is the year they dial it back, which is why they've been pushing Riho so strongly. I believe Rhea Ripley and Io Sky will be in a program at Mania, which means there'll be no singles push for Rhea Ripley. So if there's no singles push, not win the Rumble. So the answer on Rhea is no. And that's my thought. Does it make sense? There'll be no Rhea Ripley winning the Rumble this year. If anything, you'll hold off next year when a certain person with a braid named Bianca Belair is back and healthy, and then you can then move towards a Rhea Ripley winning the Rumble potentially, right? And if you want me to talk about it, I'll dive into what I think will happen, or what I would do with the Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and it involves Bianca Belair. Okay, how about the returning AJ Lee? Not happening. I'm not going to waste any time. Not winning the Rumble. Okay, so get that out of your head. All the stands out there. I'm not even going to dive into this. It's not happening. She's a part-timer. She's here to have some matches here and there. She'll have a program with Becky Lynch, probably at Mania. Is she win the Rumble? No. But she will compete for the first time in the Rumble, which would be cool. But no, she'll not win the Rumble. All right. How about Becky? Same thing. In a program with AJ Lee. I believe that's going the distance. So no, she won't be winning the Rumble anytime soon. All right. She ain't winning it. No point to diving in any deeper than that. She's not winning the Rumble. All right. She will be in a program with AJ Lee. How about, now this is one that's kind of interesting. Good old Charlotte Flair. I'll say no. Mostly because she just won the Rumble, what was it, last year? Right? Won the Rumble last year. Much to many fans' chagrin. Right? Their folks were upset. Faced Tiffany, that happened. Charlotte Flair will not win the Rumble. Now the Chamber, different story, potentially. But the Rumble, no. Let's just go through all the big stars, right? Talk about Becky. Talk Charlotte. Talk Rhea Ripley. What about, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are kind of like a package deal right now. So for the same reason I gave for Rhea Ripley, that applies to Io Sky. What about Stephanie? She'll be champion. You guys don't notice, Stephanie Becerra, right now, this is the holiday season. So they're taping shows. So let's be clear, she's not losing the belt before the 1st of January. I doubt she has a title match on that big Netflix show. And if it is, it'll be like a triple threat match. They are buying time with Stephanie. Nikki Bella, Roxanne, you say Roxanne Perez, but I meant Raquel. Raquel, Nikki Bella, these are stopgaps. They're fillers for her. She'll have Raquel and Nikki Bella all the way until potentially the Rumble season, okay? It's all filler. Why? Well, the person who's actually behaving like the main character, the person that they had face off with Stephanie Becerra when she returned, Liv Morgan, is the person that's actually giving off the main character energy. When it comes to predicting a push like this, it's important to think about who's the main character, who is the hot character, who's getting the main character energy, who's giving main character energy. We saw earlier this year with Naomi. It was clear Naomi was going to win the Money in the Bank, in my opinion, because she was getting the character work, the heel turn, she's getting the creative juice, and it became apparent that Naomi was a girl. Turned out she was. She cashed in on Io Sky, won the championship, and she's going to be riding high for a while, but she got pregnant, right? So looking at the current landscape, who do you believe is giving off the main character energy? For me, I say Liv Morgan. I believe, I have a picture here with her belt, but she's not champion right now. I believe the early face-off that we saw between Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vicaire was foreshadowing the booking here. Right now, she is showing support for Raquel, but if you look closely, she's upset. She does not want Raquel to be chasing the world title. Raquel is chasing right now because Raquel is the filler. She's a stopgap. And the actual character here that we need to be paying attention to is Liv Morgan. I believe at this point, Liv Morgan is a prime candidate to win Rumble. If I was forced to pick somebody, I'd say she's number one. Okay? Liv Morgan is giving me main character energy. She's giving me main character vibes. And I think the goal here, push Raquel for the time being, and ultimately get back to the person who is actually the main character here, which is Liv Morgan. Does that make sense? Now, when it comes to Liv Morgan, this is a woman who's came up short time and time again. So with her returning from injury, with her returning at the face of the Judgment Day, I believe she's probably the one. In fact, of all the women right now on the main roster, she stands out the most as a person who's probably primed to win. Because honestly, I think she's in a better spot than most, honestly. But we'll keep going. We'll keep looking at other talent and other women, but I believe it's pretty clear to me who's at the front of the pack, who's in the lead here. I believe it's her, but I could be wrong. I believe this is a precursor for what we could be getting at Mania. Because really what happens, guys, rarely do you see a title change at the Rumble. Usually the champions heading into the Rumble remain the champions going into Mania. Now they have a chance here on Netflix, the first Netflix show of the year, to make a change if they wanted to. But right now, when it comes to Raquel or Nikki Bella, none of them, I think, are in position to beat Stephanie, even if the match was planned for that show. So Stephanie most likely will be champion through the Rumble and through Mania, which brings me back to this image here. Would not surprise me one bit. The long game is Liv versus Stephanie at Mania. Right, they're wasting time, right? On purpose, they're wasting time. Wasting time because they don't want to do it right now. They want to do it eventually, but not right now. Steph versus Nikki Bella versus Raquel, probably January 5th, yeah. Probably. And Stephanie's going to retain. I'd be shocked that it had Nikki Bella win the belt there. Definitely won't be Raquel. Well, that'd be quite a shock, right? But I don't think so. This is Triple H foreshadowing, right? Now, some might say, what about... Give me a name. Throw out a name. What about, let's just go ahead and address it. Hey, Will, your favorite wrestler is Bianca Belair. Why are you not bringing up your favorite wrestler? Well, let's talk about Bianca Belair. Why not? Let's talk about Bianca. My favorite wrestler. I do not like the return Rumble win. Don't like it. Don't like it when it was Charlotte Flair. Didn't like it when it was Ronda Rousey. Not like it when it was Cody Rhodes. I hate the return Rumble win. I want to see actual build, actual character moments leading up to the Rumble. I don't like seeing somebody returning to win Rumble. This is number one. Number two, I'm not a doctor. I've not seen Bianca Belair's finger, and neither have you. I'm not going to assume that her finger will be ready by the Rumble when I have no idea that's going to happen. I don't know. It could be the Rumble. It could be Mania. I don't know. So I'm not going to fantasy book it. I refuse to fantasy book Bianca Belair right now. Till I know what's going on with that finger. I will not fantasy book her to win the Rumble or to win anything for that matter. And on top of that, I don't like the Rumble return win anyway. So no, I'm not going to be pushing or advocating or hoping that Bianca Belair wins the Rumble. Can I hope to see her return at the Rumble? Sure, because that means she's back, right? I can hope for that. But I'm not going to fantasy book her to win it. I'm just not, right? So, honestly, if I'm booking it, if I had to pin, I would have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky win the belt on Netflix, which is probably what's going to happen. You think? Right now, Riho will be facing the Kabuki Warriors on that first show on Netflix on Monday Night Raw. Starting the new year. I believe it's the 5th or the 6th, whatever. Whatever that day is, whatever that Monday is, right? I believe there's a good chance that Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are tag team champions. And that means they'll be champions heading into Mania, which would probably set them up for a multi-woman match or multi-tag team match. Maybe Charlexa, Kabuki Warriors, maybe Lash and Nia against Riho. I would do Bianca Belair. I ask you, last time Bianca Belair had a WrestleMania match, or not even a WrestleMania match, a competitive match at all, was WrestleMania in Vegas, where she faced off with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. So coming full circle at Vegas, at Mania, I will book Bianca Belair to show up at Mania to screw Riho. Why? Because she blames them for what happened to her. Woman has been out for an entire year because her finger. Go back and watch the tape. It was Rhea Ripley who fell on her finger, right? That's how it happened. It was that damn corner spot where Rhea Ripley's full weight fell on her finger and it broke. Been out watching Rhea Ripley and Io Sky get all cozy and being all buddy-buddy with this whole Riho shit. She's getting more mad. She's getting more upset. Getting more frustrated watching this shit. And then they win the tag titles while she's out. So you know what? I'm cleared now. Know what I'm going to do? Show up at Mania, the very place where she got the injury. Full circle, Mania, Vegas. And I'm going to screw Riho. I would have Asuka and Kairi Sane win the belts back, giving Asuka her first Mania win. And I have Bianca Belair laughing at the top of the ramp as Rhea Ripley and Io Sky look on to see that she's the one that screwed them, which will start off the year-long Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley feud. In full circle to kick off that feud, right? Where's Mania in 2027? Saudi Arabia. Who's the woman that they had speak at the press conference? The woman who sat right next to Triple H? That was Bianca Belair. Would you really put it past them, right? Would you really put it past them to have Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, main event night 1 in Saudi Arabia to prove a point? Would you really put it past them to do that? I don't. I don't. That would be the move. That would be the move. So, but that's just me spitballing there. Who knows what's going to happen, but I'd be surprised one bit. Anyway, let's move on from Bianca Belair. So no, Bianca Belair, in my opinion, not win the Rumble. If she did, y'all be pushing her to face Jade Cargill. God forbid that happens. I'm not interested in Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill match right now. I'm just not. Okay, give me something else for Jade Cargill. I don't need to see Jade Cargill face Bianca Belair, and then the year before is Naomi. Yeah, I don't need to see that. Give Jade Cargill to somebody else. I want something interesting for Bianca Belair, and honestly, I prefer she's on Raw. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, right now, looking like Liv Morgan. Now, if it's up to me, who'd be like a surprise winner? That could be fun. I'm really digging Lyra Valkyria right now. As like a surprise shock win to elevate a talent, Lyra Valkyria win the Rumble would be huge and be cool. I'm not complaining one bit. Okay? Let her step up to challenge Jade Cargill as the ultimate underdog, but who can actually go and who can cook in the ring and can hoop. Have Lyra step up to Jade, something like that. That'd be cool. And Liv Morgan can win the chamber and face Stephanie that way, right? So as a shock, dark horse, cool win, that probably won't happen at all, Lyra. But right now, be honest, looking like Liv Morgan. I don't see Bayley. Don't see Julia, for crying out loud. Don't see any other ones. No Natalya, no Raquel, no, not Tiffany. She just came off a 300-day reign. Not happening. Guys, honestly, the more I stare at these women, the more I think about it, Liv Morgan stands might be very, very happy come the end of January. Because barring some weird shock win from like a Lyra, I think Liv Morgan wins. Yeah, too soon for Roxanne. Not giving off main character energy. Liv Morgan is. Liv Morgan is giving off main character energy right now. Not Roxanne Perez. So yeah, I got Liv Morgan win the Rumble. The more I think about it, the more I think it's probably a lock. Well, I won't say a lock, but getting close to a lock. Getting very close for me. I just think she's giving off the main character energy. Got the creative juice behind her. She's interesting. She's compelling. She's giving a lot of character work and facial expressions. I'm thinking Liv Morgan wins the Rumble right now. If they strap a rocket to Soul, Soul has Zarya storyline to deal with. I don't think anybody in NXT is winning the Rumble. I deal with Zarya. I'm going to Liv Morgan to win the Rumble. What is AJ Lee going to do at Mania? Face Becky, probably. Probably face Becky Lynch. You know. My list for the next 3 years is Liv Morgan, Soul, and Blake Monroe. Read my comment, please. Let's see. The one I just read? Or your list? Liv Morgan, Soul Ruka, and Blake Monroe. Soul would be, I could see that. Triple H likes to push the younger talent with the women. If you're a man, good luck, right? But if you are a chick, saw with Tiffany, win Money in the Bank, 300-day reign, I believe Sol Ruca will get a similar type of push on the main roster. Be a hard out. Should be a hard person to pin on the main roster. So I wouldn't be surprised. Pull that kind of thing. Do you think they give it to Liv Morgan finally? Yes, I do. Right now, she's the front runner, I think. I believe Liv Morgan is the front runner. Okay, how about the dudes? The men are kind of a little bit more interesting because there's more options, you know. How about focus on, first of all, main character energy? Who has the juice? Who has the support? Who has something going on right now? Assuming the champions remain the same, so you could have Braun Breaker beat CM Punk, right? But assuming it is CM Punk and Cody, right? Who is winning the Rumble? Well, Gunther just made John Cena tap out. He had a good promo on Raw where he called John Cena a bitch. So I could see a scenario where they use this momentum, they use this juice, and they push Gunther at Rumble. Never won the Rumble. Never won it. Going to capitalize on the John Cena heat. You can push Gunther and win the Rumble. That's possible. He's a candidate. A legit candidate to win the Rumble, I think. Never done it before. Now they are in Saudi Arabia. They're in Saudi. So that means Sami Zayn's an option. I always thought that Rumble in Saudi meant Sami wins. Now, to be fair, Sami Zayn's not getting any type of real push right now that is noteworthy. He was feuding with Sol Ruca. I'm gonna say Sol Ruca. What's it? Sol Ruca. Solo Sikoa. And that kind of went by the wayside. I'm not really that fond of that feud and that storytelling. But because it's in Saudi Arabia, I think it's a decent chance he can win. So Gunther, Sami, Roman, that'd be weird. Would I be shocked? No, but because it's Roman, but part-timer, I don't love that idea at all. I wouldn't like it. Would I be surprised? No, but I don't like it. Gunther, Sami, Roman, What about Randy Orton? Now, if you didn't know, Liv Morgan and Randy and other talent like Grayson Waller and Tiffany, they're in Saudi Arabia doing promotion for Rumble, right? Who's to say that Randy doesn't win the Rumble, and then you get Randy versus Cody Rhodes finally? You gotta think, Randy Cody has to happen eventually. So is it really that much of a stretch to have Randy Orton win the Rumble, turn heel, and that's how you get the Randy Cody match at Mania? It's possible, I think. That could happen. Randy's so popular in Saudi Arabia, I know. Well, so Gunther to capitalize off the John Cena heat, Sami because in Saudi Arabia, Randy to finally do the Cody Randy story. Roman's always an option because it's Roman Reigns. But beyond that, I don't see, even if CM Punk lost, I don't see CM Punk winning it. Braun Breaker is an option, I guess, right? He loses to CM Punk and then wins Rumble. That's possible. So you have a Braun Breaker. He's always an option there, I guess. But who's my number one option? I don't know. I don't have a number one on the men's, honestly. Let's see how the weeks shape up. But well, I almost had LA Knight, but I mean, LA Knight got taken out by Braun Breaker in the Vision. You have LA Knight win the Rumble to face Braun Breaker. But then I think Braun Breaker has to retain. I don't know. It'd be rough. But I guess LA Knight is an option if they want to push another talent like they did Jay. So I guess, so there's multiple options. For women, I think it's clear. They can Liv Morgan. Men, Gunther, Sammy, LA Knight, Roman, Randy. There's an option over there. Well. LA Knight is not winning the big thing. Not winning the big thing. I mean, you're probably not wrong. I don't know the extent of his injury. I don't know if he's actually injured. What actually happened to him? If I had to guess, I'd say no. But who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it. Gunther, Randy, Roman, I guess. Sammy. Yeah, I'm not sure. The men are kind of harder to guess. Because I didn't see Jay winning last year, so who knows what's going to happen. Maya, you missed it. I did the women already. Did the women. I'll let you guess. Wow, things going to win it. My thumbnail gave it away. It's Liv Morgan. She's my front runner right now. I wrote down Bianca Belair and everything. You missed it. Jay winning last year was funny. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, but LA Knight, that'd be a surprise, honestly. That'd be a surprise. But yeah, I think for the men, Gunther is a good option. Sammy because it's in Saudi Arabia. Randy to do the Cody Rhodes feud. Everything after that, Braun Breaker, I guess, if he loses to CM Punk. Everything after that would be kind of weird. Or kind of wonky. Just depends. But for the sake of this feud, for the sake of this stream, I'm going to say Liv Morgan for the women. And I'm going to say Gunther for the men. But maybe leading into Mania, to give Sami Zayn or Randy Orton some character stuff, I'll change my mind. But I think Liv Morgan is definitely main character right now on the women's side. Gunther versus AJ, yeah, that's a possibility. They're definitely teasing a feud there. Could that happen before Rumble? Probably not. So yeah, that's an option because right now AJ Styles is still tag team champion, so they could do Gunther AJ at Mania. What's happening with Brock Lesnar? He's on the damn Mania ads, so who's facing Brock? Would that be Gunther? I don't know. Triple H is trying to bury Vince's relics. Think so? Does anybody see Drew beating Cody in the third match? No, but I hope so. I would love to see a shakeup. I'd love to see a Drew McIntyre as champion. They're giving them some money behind. They're putting money behind the programming with that. You saw that vignette? That's a well done vignette where CM Punk showed up at Drew McIntyre's house. So they're giving it a lot of creative juice. I would not mind at all if Cody Rhodes lost to Drew. I wouldn't mind it one bit. But until it happens, I just can't predict it because Cody doesn't really lose much. Unless it's Cena. It took John Cena to lose. For him to lose, it took John Cena. So, there's that. but I would totally root for Drew McIntyre for sure. So I root for her if I was. When is that match again? When is Drew versus Cody Rhodes? Probably January 2nd. So it's also, oh yeah, 3 hour SmackDown. Yeah, probably when it is. Yeah, SmackDown. I don't think so. USA Network. No. Cody retains. Now Braun Breaker might beat CM Punk. That's more likely because you remember Rhea beat Liv Morgan for the belt on Netflix. That's possible, but USA Network, I don't think so. Cody probably retains on SmackDown. Speaking of 3 hour SmackDown, Julia Stans must be thrilled that a chance to make the damn programming. God forbid she gets booked for a 2 hour SmackDown. That was not happening. So 3 hours would be her best bet. They better have a plan to save the SmackDown Women's Division. It depends who's writing it. I can't really trust anything that's going on over there, but we'll see. According to reports, call-ups are on the horizon, but we'll see. I'm not convinced. So in conclusion, Liv Morgan, Gunther are my early picks, but that could change very quickly, especially for the guys because there's more options over there. Lena Vega is relegated to Alistair's valet. Piper Niven is out. Yeah, she sure is. I don't know what's going on with the SmackDown Women's Division. Jade has yet to defend the title. Is that true? Those squash matches weren't title matches, I guess. Guess not. I believe Tiffany being in Saudi Arabia, chilling over there, I would not be surprised if Tiffany returns and gets a title shot. In fact, maybe she returns on the 3 hours SmackDown debut, probably. That's a filler feud for Jade Cargill. If you don't want Jade Cargill to have nobody to face early on, give her rematch, Tiffany the rematch, and that can go until Mania season or at least until Chamber. So I can see Tiffany returning. Remember, she got injured by Jade Cargill. She's mad. She wants revenge. She returns to Big Pop, takes out Jade, and then you do Jade versus Tiffany at the Royal Rumble, something like that. Because she won't be out for that much longer. I don't think so. She'll be back soon. So Tiffany is your answer to the who will face Jade Cargill. I'll give Jade Cargill a faction of Michin and PFAB, but we'll see what happens. But Tiffany and Liv Morgan were having a good old time in Saudi, so hopefully they'll be returning soon. Here's the Saudi gang. Omos, Waller, Tiffy. I see what's Randy Orton wearing? Bags around his shoes. I see Randy, I see Liv. So yeah. We'll see. That's the gang they sent. Are they giving away the Royal Rumble winners? I doubt it. That'd be kind of stupid to do that. Be Randy and Liv Morgan, right? That'd be the obvious thing if that's the case. But Tiffany will be returning to SmackDown here soon. So after the holidays, that first SmackDown of the year, Tiffany returns. What is Tiffany going to do at the Mania? I have no idea. That's the person I suspected might miss Mania. Of all the people who are on the Mania ad, I don't know what they're going to do with her. I don't see her in a world title match. I don't see her in the tag division. So, yeah. Maybe mid-card, but that'd be a surprise as well. Yeah, Tiffany is a weird one. You might miss out. You might honestly miss out. Ivy versus Julia. Yeah, that'd be a good match. Do I buy that's going to happen? No, but that'd be a good match. That for random SmackDown? Which one? You mean the 3-hour one? That'd be a big show. Not random. Chelsea Green cooked. I feel sorry for Logan Paul with this exchange. Check it out. It's funny. I feel bad for him.
Hey, you know who you should be supporting? Real wrestlers.
Oh my. Chelsea, help.
You know, he called himself a real wrestler, and that's when I checked out.
This is crazy. Hey, where were you the last 4 Mondays? Because I've been here.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I've been a double champion on SmackDown. Oh my god. Sorry.
Is that what that is?
Oh, he doesn't know, because he doesn't know his wrestling history.
Hey, you know who you should be supporting?
I muted myself. I muted myself because let me do this. Let's once and for all. Let me try this real quick. You tell me. I'm going to play something. It'll play through my laptop. Tell me if you can hear it through the mic. That's why I muted myself, because I didn't want no double. I didn't want to have a double echo. A double echo. An echo. Let's see. I'm gonna do this real quick. I have a hard time remembering that I muted myself. What the hell? Where'd it go? Already lost it. Oh well. Jordan should have been on SmackDown right now. I agree. They're taking their sweet time for some reason. I don't know. Thea should be on SmackDown. You're gonna force her way on there. You're gonna like imagine. So you know what's funny? Soruka has a U.S. title match in Chelsea Green. Well, it's taped. Damn, it's taped. If it was live, what So should do, take a page out of Thea Hale's book. Hold down Chelsea Green on the pin count. Ref has no choice. New U.S. champion. Soruka goes to main roster. Hilarious. So should pull Thea Hale. That's what you should do. Please read my comment. Okay. Maxine Man is the #1 contender for the Evolve belt in his debut. Oh, her dude. Yeah, what about it? What about it? I'll be honest with you guys. I don't watch Evolve that much. I confess. I feel bad for Thea Hale. Her first title win was a botch. Yeah. It's one thing to be given the keys to say, hey, it's your time. It's another thing to have a championship reign because of a botch. Now, it's possible the plan was always to have her beat Blake Monroe down the line, but still, her first championship run was not the creative team saying, hey, here's the keys, I'm gonna let you drive. That's not what's happening. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but she should embrace it. It's funny as hell, but she should embrace it. And so Ruka should hold down Chelsea Green's shoulders for sure. Okay, so tell me this. Can you hear, I'm about to do this. Can you hear the audio through my mic? It's playing now. Can you hear it? Yeah, I figured. So I was trying to avoid that, and I muted myself. I forgot to unmute myself. Anyway, but that's why my mic was freaking muted. Anyway, all right. Questions. Question time. What's up? What you got? Anything else happen that was relevant the last couple of days? Let's see. Hi, Thea Hale. What happened on Raw? Let's see what happened on Raw. That was noteworthy. Besides Liv Morgan giving Raquel the stink eye. Let's see. They announced the tag team match between the Kabuki Warriors and Riho. Got a segment between Bayley and Lyra, which I thought was strong. I'm loving Lyra right now. I'm loving Lyra. She's great. Big fan of Lyra. Becoming more of a fan every day. You have Maxine Dupri have a match where she messed up her finger. It was a decent showing. All this stuff. Yeah, she clearly improved. Okay, I'm not going to say she didn't. She improved. Good for her, right? We had Nikki Bella throw Raquel into the stairs. Now I came on Twitter and I said that, hey, you need to take it easy. Be careful about throwing people into the damn chairs. There's still chairs. Still chairs. The steel steps. The stands came after me. Yes, Raquel should protect herself, for sure. You should. But at the same time, you don't need to like forcibly push your opponent into the stairs. They should be able to carry themselves, right? In my mind, you should throw yourself into the steel steps, honestly. That way you can control it. You know how hard you're going to push yourself. But Nikki Bella drove her head into those damn steel steps. Very hard. I'm not saying Raquel shouldn't protect herself, because she should protect herself, but you don't need that much force. You don't need that much force. Raquel ended up with a big fat goose egg head. Crazy. Take it easy. What else? And that's it. That's it. They were talking mad shit about Nia Jax. They sure were. When she did the same thing to Jade. That's true. That's true because she used too much force. I mean, not that serious. You don't need to push them that hard. You can guide them into the stairs, or still steps, and then they can like carry themselves into it with force. You don't need to push them yourself. Do you think Taro will do long-term storytelling? No. With Momo, by having her pull a Cody Rhodes? No. Become a first two start? No. I don't trust Taro with anything. So I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. Do I feel sorry for Momo? Kind of. I kind of do, but no, I don't. I wouldn't get my hopes up on that. I believe Liv Morgan and Gunther are my picks right now for the Rumble. Hiro Okada is the head man or the head booker for Stardom. The Japanese Joshi promotion. That's what we're talking about. So Hiro Okada books Stardom, and he's not the best. Some people swear by him, think he's great. I don't think so. All right. Apparently, the talent themselves have to come up with the storytelling and the angles, apparently. According to Joshi Twitter. Kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But no, I'm not a fan of him or his booking style at all. So we just had match of the year with Rhea Ripley, Bianca, and Io. You think Liv Morgan will follow that next year? Yeah. I think Liv Morgan is a front runner. I'm not saying she's gonna have a 5-star match, but I like Liv Morgan. Good in the ring. Entertaining as hell. Entertaining as all get out, as they say. I'm a fan. So I can see a scenario where Liv Morgan gets that Rumble win. Hey, if Jey Uso can win the Rumble, so can Liv Morgan, okay? Jey Uso can win the Rumble, so can Jey. Triple H ain't good either. What you talking about? Triple H booking ain't good. He is hit miss, just like Taro. Okay, let's be clear. Hiro Okada will book his talent to win the 5-star and then lose a couple weeks later. Like the booking of Saya Kamatani and the whole clear and obvious setup for her to win the MVP award. God bless her. Saya won the MVP. Good for her, right? But the last few months have been atrocious booking in Stardom, okay? Clear and obvious structuring by the bookers to have her win the MVP. It's over now. She won the MVP. So now she can lose to Shuri or whoever the hell you want to lose to, okay? Because the booking has not been great. They kept her out of the damn tag team tournament, right? So she don't lose another one. Shouldn't have another loss on her record or whatever. It's been weird. Focus on the in-ring. Let's move past the whole Saya Kamatani MVP thing. One MVP is over. Now let's get back to actual booking of the show, okay? Not the show, but the programming, okay? Like I say here, mission accomplished. Okay, we get it. MVP. Mission accomplished. It's been done. Now let's move on. Book some actual compelling feuds. So right now, it's a Saya show. Not that compelling, to be honest with you. I'm a fan of Saya Kamatani. I think she's great. I'm a big fan of Saya Kamatani in the ring. But time to move on. Some actual storytelling in Joshi world. Saya's holding that belt for another year. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised he beat Shuri. Got all 3 belts. The red belt, strong belt, and the IWGP. I would not be surprised one bit. We get a 3-belt Saya here coming up at Wrestle Kingdom. Not surprised one bit. So you don't think Bianca Belair is winning the Rumble? No, I don't. I don't know where Mania plans are because I don't know if she's going to be there. I don't know the extent of her finger, so I will not speculate or guess. I don't know. If I was booking it, she'd show up at Mania to screw Riho, but we'll see what happens. Do you think she and Sherry break the record? And because of Saya, they may get like 10 minutes and change, maybe if they're lucky. Probably less. But because Saya is the MVP now, maybe give her more respect. It may give them 12-minute match, maybe. Wasn't it last year where Mayu faced Azumi and it was like 9 minutes, something like that? Grace. Just Grace. Jade facing Tiffany at Mania. Where is Tiffany gonna win? The Chamber? I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think Tiffany had her 300-day reign. I can see Tiffany against Jade at the Rumble. I can see that, but no, I'd be surprised if she won the Rumble or the Chamber. I think Tiffany had her run. Why I'm surprised they had her in the Mania ad. They should have replaced her with Stephanie, the current champion. What they should have done. I'm a Tiffany fan, by the way. It was 6 minutes? Was it really? Are you sure about that? The Mayu Azumi at Wrestle Kingdom last year was 6 minutes. Let me see something real quick. Not like 8 or 9. It was 8 and change. It was 8 and change. Which is still short as hell. That's short as hell. But it was 8. That's crazy. I was expecting a banger, but then I forgot. This is Wrestle Kingdom, so the women get scraps. Oh, Kyrie's hand was 6 minutes? That's ridiculous. Kyrie versus Megaton at Wrestle Dream. So you don't know what we're talking about. For those of you who are not familiar with the Joshi world, Marigold, another promotion in Japan. They are having their first big show of the year coming up called First Dream. Here you have Megaton facing K. Now, I jokingly said, hey, it's going to be Kairi Sane. Hey, maybe it is. I don't know. Who else could it be with a K? Assuming it's a chick. Who else would it be? Last time they did this, it was an S. It was Sari. Maybe it's a K and Kairi Sane. Who knows? But Koguma? Ha! Can you imagine? Over Taro's dead body. No one in hell she gonna show up here. No in hell. Will the day come when a Stardom talent pops up in Marigold? Probably. Maybe one day. Right now, no. You see Stardom talent in Sendai Girls. You see Stardom talent in JPW. You see them all over the place, but not in Marigold. That's still the no-no. It's still the no-go zone. Thoughts on Bozilla booking? I thought Bozilla was booked better in Marigold. I think she should be given a lot of tag team stuff. A lot of some like, cute storylines. Like beating up on Saki. She's beating up on Saika Kara. Beating up on these, like, they're doing the whole underdog versus behemoth storylines. That's all fine. Is it interesting? No. Would I prefer to see her pushing the top talent? Yes. I mean, Rossi booked her to face Sari and the big girls, right? Whereas in Stardom, she's facing mid card to below. I prefer to see her up against the Sayas, up against the Micahs, folks like that. But it's not happening for her. We'll see how it goes. But right now, for her, it's about getting experience, getting better in the ring before she makes that transition back to America, because that's what's going to happen eventually. But yeah, her booking is getting, it's kind of like, it's so-so. Do you think Koguma and Hazuki or do I like? I didn't watch the tag league. I'm gonna confess, I did not watch the tag league this year. I watched the semifinals and the final, but this is my break from Stardom, the tag league, so I didn't really watch it that much. I think Utami and Chikagoto press conference was funny. It was. People are criticizing Utami. Getting a lot of shit. A lot of shit for the measuring of the butt. Now, was I taken aback by it? Sure, but it's a big deal? No. I think it was a big deal, but I'm surprised it got that much traction online. The butt measuring. I'm surprised it got that much attention.
何センチ
I mean, they measured the butt to see how big it was. I think it's just harmless fun. I mean, not a big deal. Not like they went out there with their ass hanging out, anything like that. It was just, we'll measure our butts to see how big it is. Is it random as hell? Sure, but is it fun? They're having a good old time. They're laughing. It's not a big deal. They can measure their butts in peace, okay? They're laughing. They're joking around. It's not that serious, man. Not that serious. Random as hell. It's not that serious. Okay. They can measure the butts in peace. Okay. Oh, they were heels the entire time? That's cool. What do you think about the turn Stephanie heel ideas floating around? I've not seen that. Usually to do the devil's kiss. Crowd turns on her. I think Stephanie is better as a heel. Just super cool, so she connects as a face. I do think her natural state is heel. Same as Julia. Both of them are better as heels. The discourse around Stephanie has been kind of interesting to see. IWC, not a fan. Apparently. Oh, they're turning on her a little bit. Folks are talking about her English. And it's unfortunate. Here's the main event between Miku Ano and Mai Sakurai over here. Wrestling on the damn table. Surprised they didn't fall over. They should do more of this before the press conference. Okay, I feel like they wait until the press conference to have this type of stuff. They should record stuff like this before the press conference. Heat up the feud. Like, what the hell just happened to me? I like Miku Ano, though. I like Miku. Thoughts on Mercedes Moné losing her belt storyline? It's not happening right now. But people thought that because she lost the Ring of Honor belt, that was going to kick off this downfall storyline. Well, not yet. Not yet, apparently. Went on to retain her other belt, her Rev Pro belt. So, no, it's not happening anytime soon. Right now, she's tag teaming with Athena because she wants the tag belts. They're using Athena and Mercedes Moné to elevate the tag titles by having them chase the tag titles. So, yeah. So, the long-awaited downfall storyline is nowhere close to happening yet. I think she'd be booed out of the arena if she teased Devil's Kiss and refused to. Yeah, she probably would. Well, not booed out of the arena. She'd get booed for sure, but not out of the arena. Willow did not sell the O-Face. So Athena hit her with the O-Face. Ladies pinned her, and she jumped up. You should have sold the O-Face a little bit longer than that. But whatever. It's fine. All right, any last questions before we wrap it up here? This is why Saya won the MVP. She's all over TV. Elevating women's wrestling, apparently. So this kind of stuff is why she's getting so popular. This is why she won the MVP award. She's all over the place. She's all over the place. She's visible. She's doing a lot of media. And they're rewarding her for elevating women's wrestling in Japan. Good for her. I'm a fan of hers. But what I want to see is actual good booking in Stardom right now. I want to see. Anyway. Athena versus Mercedes for the Ring of Honor belt. I can see that. For like a double, for like the winner takes all. I can see that. I wish AW fans would get mad that Willow, the tag team champion, got pinned. Yeah, that's true. She did get pinned. I guess the idea is to build towards Babes of Wrath. That's her name, right? Babes of Wrath. Build towards Willow and Holly Cameron against Athena versus Mercedes. That's the point to understand. I can understand having Mercedes pin her into that tag match. I guess is fine. Athena will probably beat Mercedes for the belt. Have a heel be the other heel. I'm not sure that is much for Athena at this point. Forever champion. It should probably elevate a babyface. Elevate Willow. Elevate someone like that. But it is what it is. I don't know. I would have Willow beat Mercedes for the belt. But am I ready for the return of Koki Amore? Not really. No offense to Koki Amore, but not really. She has a tag match here coming up. She's not the K. She's not the K. She's not the Mystery K. But she has a match coming up on the same show. So, yeah, I'm not really feeling Koki Amore right now. Not my favorite talent. This match, Mayu versus Takumi Aroha, that is one to watch out for, baby. That'd be a big one. And who could forget my girl, Zuki? That's funny. The champion's here. Kind of need Mayu to just relinquish the Superfly belt once she gets it. I agree with you. Well, let me be clear. I agree with the whole once she gets the GHC belt. I do think she's probably gonna beat her. I do believe she's probably gonna win that belt because I think they want the belt on Mayu. Noah does, so I think that's gonna happen. Did she relinquish the Superfly? No, I don't think so. She'll be double champ. Yuzuki looked like $1 million. I agree. Can't say nothing bad about her. Can't. That's my girl. What's going on with Komomo? Just kind of around right now, right? Not doing much. Yuzuki WWE 2028. I wish, but I doubt it. I doubt it. But I do like how she's front and center on the ad for First Dream. She's in front of Miku. Her layer is in front. Is the front layer with the talent here. Got Miku, you got my girl Yuzuki, Mayu, Takami, Aroha. So yeah, this is gonna be a good show for the most part. Top heavy. The lower card matches aren't the best, but like for example, Grand Destiny was a better show, right? I think Grand Destiny was a better card, but it'll be fun. Pay-per-view, how much will it cost? I don't know. Probably like $20. But this will be a good one. I'll probably end up paying for it. I'll probably pay for it. It is what it is. Right. I could see Yuzuki winning the red belt probably around, let's say 2027. He likes her. I like her. Everybody likes her. I can see that happening. And Rossi does not mind pushing the younger talent. So I can see a scenario where he wins a red belt in her early 20s for sure. Here's Kogamore's match. Standard Joshi tag match here. You know. How long before Seri gets the push, right? Here's the one he really likes, right? Really loves this one. How long before she's champion? I can see her beating Izuki for the white belt. Because Rossi made it clear that she's the future of the company. So I can see her losing to I can see Yuzuki losing to Sherry for sure. Anyway. Naho Ishikawa. No one's funny about her. She's a fan favorite. Crowd loves her. But Rossi doesn't see it. Because if he did, he would have got a push a long time ago. The crowd always responds to her, but Rossi doesn't believe in her, I don't think. So, fortunately for Naho, I don't think she'll be getting a push anytime soon. Yeah, Siri, when she wins that belt, she's going to have a long ass reign. A long ass reign. Right now, when it comes to youngsters, Suzuki, Siri, Shino. Shino, who's like 15, 16 years old, she's the next one. She's being groomed to be like the face going forward. I like her a lot as well. I see the vision with Shino. She's young as hell, but I see the vision. I get it. He likes her a lot. Her push, when time comes, she's a Nebo baby, but it's fine. You have a legacy behind you. You know, you're gonna get that push. And I think her mom and Rossi have a good relationship. I think Shino will be the next one up. Match she had with Mai Sakurai was crazy. She had a busted up nose. She was bleeding from her nose. Like, this little girl is 15 years old, bleeding like that. Like, Mai, calm down. Like, Mai Sakurai doesn't know when to slow it down. Doesn't know when to like let off her punches. Why are you busting open this girl's nose? Anyway, good match, good debut. Shino is the future of the company. But she got messed up in this match. But anyway, I think I like her a lot. She's good. She's gonna be a good one. Here it is right here. The two faces. Sayuzuki. Siri, Shino. Those are the two next faces of the company. One's 18, other one's 16. I think it's 16 now, right? Either way, that's it right there. That's your two faces of the company going forward. Big stars in the future. And Coco, almost forgot about her. All right, Coco, she's not signed to Margot yet. So we'll see what happens with Coco. All right, that's it for the stream. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'll probably be on Saturday after SmackDown or whatever. We'll see what happens. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the wrestling tonight. I think TNA's on tonight, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the schedule. What happens with that? But yeah, enjoy the week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.